What's up everybody, it's Callie Sudbrook, and today we are going to be talking about the kettlebell swing. The kettlebell swing is a personal favorite of mine just because it's a great foundational exercise. When you do it properly with perfect technique, you hit the hamstrings, glutes, low back, and even a little bit of the upper back and shoulders. So it's a solid exercise. Now, today we're going to be showing you the Russian kettlebell swing, but I also want to talk about the American kettlebell swing. There's technically two different types of swings, which sometimes is where I think some of the confusion arises from this exercise. So first and foremost, the Russian kettlebell swing, you're taking the bell in between the legs. As it comes up, those hips hinge forward, throwing that bell up, giving it some momentum, but it stops relatively short at about the shoulder or chin height. Now, if we were doing an American kettlebell swing, it's the same thing from the start as the Russian kettlebell swing, but it looks a little bit different towards the end. So you would start the same way, the bell is between the legs, the hips thrust forward, launching that kettlebell up. However, when you start to lose momentum from the arms, the shoulders and arms actually pick up the slack and pull that kettlebell up overhead all the way before coming right back down, and the bell goes between the legs again. So in that sense, I know it can be sometimes a little bit confusing for new exercisers. Also, another thing that I see done a lot is people will try to squat with the kettlebell instead of hinging with the kettlebell. It's not necessarily wrong. You can certainly do a squat-based swing. However, if you want to do it perfectly accurate, you definitely want to go with more of a hip hinge method, which is the Russian kettlebell swing. Now, just like our video yesterday where I showed you some carries using the kettlebell in a grocery bag, you can do the same exact thing with this. Meaning, you can use the kettlebell if you've got one at home. If not, you can load up your grocery bag full of goodies and make it whatever load that is comfortable for you. I'm going to show you the Russian kettlebell swing tips and tricks right now. So let's talk about setup. To set up for either type of kettlebell swing, doesn't matter which implement you're using, you're going to start with about an arm's distance from that implement. And the reason being is because most people will just come right up to it, pick it up, and then try and start the swing. But it's really hard to initiate the swing that way because there's no momentum, there's no movement happening. So you have to kind of fling your body around to make that kettlebell or the implement move. However, if you start at an arm's distance, what happens is you can properly get into that hip hinge position. You can draw it close to you and then use your hips to fling it back out. I'll show you with the grocery bag, same thing. This has a longer handle, so I had to get a little bit further away. And you would finish by putting that kettlebell or implement right back where you started.